Let's start with this. Life is full of challenges, difficulties, and moments when you feel you have no more strength. Perhaps today you are struggling with something that seems impossible to overcome. But you know what God says. Fear not, for I am with you. In the book of Isaiah, we find a remarkable assurance. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and even support you, and I will uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. God never abandons you. No matter what you are going through right now, remember, you are not alone. God sees your every tear. He knows your every problem, and His love for you is unconditional. In the letter to the Hebrews it is said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Maybe today you feel lonely, discouraged, or helpless. But in those moments, God reminds you that He is always beside you, ready to sustain you, give you strength, and remind you that your life has meaning. Go forward with courage. Sometimes we find it hard to take the next step because we are afraid of the unknown. But remember that God calls us to courage. He Himself has prepared the way ahead of you, and you need not fear tomorrow. In the book of Joshua we read, Have I not commanded you? Be strong and valiant. Fear not, and be not dismayed. For the Lord, your God, is with you wherever you go. These are not just words. This is God's promise that works every day. Let this word be your shield, your hope, when you stand on the threshold of a decision, change, or struggle. Strength comes from God. You don't have to rely only on yourself, because true strength comes from God. When you feel that you no longer have strength, give it to God. Say, Lord, I can't do it, but I know that you can do everything. In the second letter to the Corinthians, God says, My grace is sufficient for you, for power is made perfect in weakness. Don't be afraid to admit your weaknesses. It is when you think you are at your weakest that God can show how powerful. His power is in your life. God leads you to victory. Remember that every difficulty, every obstacle is only temporary. God always leads you to victory if you trust Him. Don't look at your problems, but look to God, who has the solution. In the letter to the Romans we read, If God with us, who against us? Isn't that amazing? When God is on your side, nothing and no one can defeat you. Don't lose faith. Victory is on your side. That's why today I want to tell you, keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't give up. Because God is with you every step of the way. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that God has a plan for you and is leading you to something greater. Believe that you are destined for something extraordinary, and your future is in God's hands. In closing, pray these words. Lord, thank you that you are with me. I surrender my life, my difficulties to you, and ask you to guide me along your path. In you, I place all my hope. Amen.